I catfished my own boyfriend just to watch him squirm. A girl messaged me asking about my boyfriend Josh's work schedule for their anniversary dinner, which was weird because Josh and I had been together for 8 months. She thought I was just a friend from his gym and kept chatting about how he said he worked late Thursdays. When I gently told her that Josh and I were dating, there was a long pause before she straight up called me. We started comparing stories and nothing lined up. He told me he lived downtown, but he told her he owned a house in the suburbs. His mom was dying of cancer in Florida when he talked to me, but she was perfectly healthy in Arizona when he talked to her. She found another girl commenting hearts on his posts, and when we messaged her, she told us she'd been dating him for 6 months. That girl found someone else through tagged photos at a wedding where Josh was her +1. Then another appeared who'd been with him over 2 years. By midnight, we had 7 women in a group chat sharing screenshots and voice recordings and photos from dates. Every single relationship had different lies about his job and his family, and even his dead father, who was apparently alive for 3 of us. All 7 of us were angry as hell, and we needed to make him pay for wasting almost a decade of our collective time. We roped in my roommate, who Josh had never met, and we set up a dating profile for her and swiped right on Josh, but Josh ignored her for 2 weeks straight. I studied every girl he'd ever liked on Instagram, and we rebuilt the profile to be a yoga instructor with a golden retriever who loved hiking. He matched within an hour. She started texting him, and he immediately wanted to video call, which would destroy everything. She claimed her phone screen was cracked and only texts worked, but he kept insisting. Then he started asking about specific coffee shops and gyms in the neighborhood she supposedly lived in. I spent 3 hours on Google Maps memorizing every business in that area and coaching her through responses. He demanded she send a photo holding up 3 fingers to prove she was real, and we panicked because the photos weren't ours. My roommate's cousin looked similar enough and sent the photo, but Josh said her nails looked different from earlier pictures. She convinced him she'd just gotten them done. Then he went silent for 4 days, and we thought he'd figured it out. She sent him a risky text about being excited to finally meet someone genuine, and he took the bait. She set up a dinner date with him, and when he finally confirmed we were ready to go, we got to the restaurant 30 minutes early and told the hostess we were expecting someone else for our party. All 7 of us and my roommate sat around the large circular table we'd specifically requested and waited. Josh walked in wearing the same cologne he'd worn on my birthday, and the hostess pointed him toward our table. He approached with this confident smile that dropped the second he saw me sitting there. "What are you doing here?" Before I could answer, he noticed the girl next to me and then the one next to her, and his eyes darted around the table counting faces. "Sit down, Josh." I pointed to the only empty chair. "Your date is already here." He stood frozen until the girl across from me said, "We're all your girlfriends, Josh, so you might as well sit." His legs gave out and he sank into the chair, looking at each of us trying to figure out what was happening. "There's no dating app, girl," my roommate said from her spot at the table. That was me. Josh tried to speak, but the girl to his left cut him off. "You told me your dad died in Iraq, but apparently he's alive in Miami according to what you told her." She pointed across the table. "And your mom, who's dying of cancer, made a miraculous recovery between our conversations." One girl pulled out her phone and started reading his texts about wanting to marry her, while another played a voicemail where he said the exact same words to her. The girl beside me showed photos from his supposed work conference that was actually their beach trip together. 7 women, Josh. I leaned across the table. You kept 7 different versions of yourself running for 7 different women, and the sickest part is you couldn't even keep your lies straight. Josh sat there gripping the edge of his chair, and the entire restaurant was watching our table. "Every woman you ever date will know about this," I said as I stood up. "We're making sure of it." One by one, we all stood up, and the girl who'd driven 2 hours looked him dead in the eyes. "By the way, your mom called me yesterday wondering why you haven't returned her calls about your dad's birthday party next week," which is weird since he's supposedly dead. We walked out as Josh questioned every decision he'd ever made.